a creature of awe-inspiring power and glory. Nothing of that glory remained now. All her long black hair had burned away, leaving behind the melted skin of her scalp. Her head was a festering, bloody mess, and the rest of her body fared little better. She was a mass of bubbling burns, raw, black, and pulpy. The crown had done its intended work. Movement drew Hollis's eye. A red-hooded figure appeared, climbing the wide steps, leading up to the platform on which Hollis and Nain stood. It was Venator Hugon, one of the 6 Venators Fendrel had held back from joining the death song. His hood was thrown back and blood, dirt, and tears streaked his black beard. His ascendant shade brimmed with power, and by that power he carried a heavy block in his arms, so massive that no mere mortal would be able to lift it. Hugon let it crash to the ground before Nain and Hollis, then turned flashing eyes down to Odil's ravaged face.
"That's for you, Your Majesty,"
he said, and spat a glob of blood on the stone.
"A pillow to rest your head upon."
Hollis's stomach jolted. She knew what this was. She knew what was about to happen. The prophecy said that the chosen king must cut off the poison's head. Her hand moved slowly, almost unconsciously, to the quivers of poisons around her breast. It would be wiser, safer, to deal the gentle death. A violent beheading would empower the spirits inside Odil's body and send them hurtling out into the ether. The Evandarians would be hard-pressed to catch them and see them properly ousted to the haunts. Using the gentle death would be safer. But would it fulfill the prophecy? Could they risk thwarting the spoken will of the goddess?
"Odil will die tomorrow,"
Fendrel had said to her just last night.
"But it must be the right death, or everything we've worked to accomplish will be undone."
Now the moment was come. The chopping block lay before her where Venator Hugon had hurled it, and the queen was at their mercy. In mere moments, Fendrel and his brother would descend the idol's winding stair, and Gardon de Glaive would draw his sword, still sharp from the smithy's work the night before, not yet used this day. Then the blow would fall, and... If she was going to deliver the gentle death, it had to be now. Hollis's lungs tightened. She felt Nain's eyes turning toward her, but she couldn't bear to meet her hunt brother's gaze. She forced her hand to relax, to drop back to her side. Empty. She would see this through. Footsteps sounded on the stair. Hollis looked back to see moving shadows in the doorway. Fendrel stepped through, turning sideways to get his broad shoulders through the narrow opening. His face was scarred, not with any physical cuts, but with deep spiritual wounds, deep gouges into his soul. He had commanded so many deaths today. Gardon followed his brother, stepping behind him into the glare of the sinking sun. While Fendrel was haggard, worn, his braided hair coming undone around his ears, his leather jerkin spattered in blood and gore, his body sagging with exhaustion, Gardon's armor gleamed brilliant gold and silver, and his close-cropped hair seemed to glow like a halo around his sharply angled face. Moving as though on some silent command, Hollis and Nain crouched and caught Odil by her arms, lifting her until she sagged on her knees between them. When Gardon's gaze fastened on his enemy, Hollis saw a flash of fear in his eyes. She quickly looked away from this disturbing sight. Fendrel met her gaze, just for an